Okay, Shalom, Shalom, it's the brother Kadash. Want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rekah Dash. This is going to be called Do You Believe Now? You know, and I had this title saved up and I wanted to save it for after like something dramatic, super dramatic happened. But I think we had enough of that pretty much with, everything that's been going on. Now, my channel's been down. I'm going to say this first. My channel's been down for 2 weeks. I got a second strike. And I seen another big channel, they whole channel got taken down. And I know a lot of different brothers been getting hit with strikes. So it kind of goes into what I'm about to talk about right now, which I got to be choosy on the words that I say. So just bear with me. But, with the whole Ye thing, with the whole Kyrie Irving thing, and many more other people been coming out, I still keeps a presence on different social medias like Facebook. I keep a presence on there, and I just post my videos on there and stuff like that. People I grew up with personally and stuff to check them out. But everybody's been talking about this, and I've been seeing a lot of people wake up and say, look, oh, you're rid of Israelites. Not saying that they're fully in it, but it's not going to be like that. You're not going to have everybody that's saved, the 1/3, everybody out of the 1/3 that is saved, elected to be saved, that's going to be in the truth like how we are. And when I say like how we are, I'm saying the brothers that put up the videos that go out on the highways and byways. Everybody that's saved ain't going to be a person that was going out on the highways and byways every week. You got 1/3 of Israel and America that's going to, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, that's going to be saved. And if you just do the numbers, see the numbers, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. People can make numbers seem like they don't lie, but the numbers add up, right? So that means you're going to have millions of Israelites that's going to be saved. That don't, you're never going to see millions of Israelites on the highways and byways, but that's the call that we, certain of us, were brung into, and that's why we go out there and do it. But you're going to have Israelites that be saved that maybe wasn't following like your camp's doctrine or wasn't going out on the highways, byways, or putting videos up every day. That's just because the Lord chose them. And you're going to have Israelites that's going to wake up at the very last moment and be saved. But I'm asking, like, do you believe now? Now that Kanye West said it, and rich men and athletes saying it, and they sharing articles and stuff. Now, do you believe now? Because we've been teaching this, we've been saying this for years. Me personally, I've been in the truth. I've been in the truth 5 years. But my first couple years, what I count being in the truth is when you start calling yourself an Israelite, you start knowing that you're an Israelite, and you start taking the steps to try to follow the ways of Yahweh Shai. Once you do that, you're in the truth. So I was in the truth, but it don't mean like I just broke down the whole highways and video thing. I wasn't making videos at a rate. I was making some videos, but not a lot of videos at my first couple years in the truth because of the nature of my job. I was a truck driver. I was over the road. I was living on the road pretty much. So that's why things kind of seem weird when it comes to me, because it's like, when you living a life kind of outside of society and you living on the road because you're a truck driver, but it's very simple to understand. I was a truck driver living on the road. So my first couple years. So if you go to the channel, you will see like my first video. If you go all the way back, it's probably like, it's gonna say like it's 3 years old. It's really like 3.5 years old, but that's not when I came in the truth. And when I started going down to a certain camp, that's not when I came in the truth. I was already in the truth. But I've been in the truth for 5 years, right? And we've been pushing this and pushing this, and like I said on social media, I've been pushing this truth. The people I grew up with, my community in my city and stuff like that. But people didn't want to hear it. People didn't want to listen. And to Kanye West said something, and to Kyrie Irving said something, to Kendrick Lamar or Kodak Black or Future, and today started saying it. Now I'm getting people that I grew up with sending me stuff in the inbox, about us being the Israelites and stuff. I'm like, okay, about time. I'm like, okay, now you waking up. Now you waking up. But I had to realize it was never for me to wake anybody up. It was never for any of us to wake anybody up. It's just for us to be a vessel, and the Lord wakes up whoever he wants to wake up. When you out there speaking that truth, man, that's not your voice. That's the Lord's voice through you. You're just a vessel. you know. So we just doing the work, right? And that's all we got to do is continue doing the work, because there's a reward, you know. But shit, do you believe now? You know, so now that the Kanye West and all these other people saying it, now that you seeing the small hats be exposed and they finna start coming after us, that's why I broke down the whole channels getting striked and shit, because who owns YouTube, right? And you know, goes back to the small hats. So who's coming after our videos and taking our channels down? It's the small hats, man. So what you see on your screen is let me get a couple precepts. But what you see on your screen is just a poster says Yahweh Shai is coming. So we active, you know, we on fire. You know, we ain't just sitting around, like we be doing different things. So this is actually in our city, Springfield, Illinois. And we put up, I wanna say about 4 of these. Yeah, I think we put up 4 around the city, but I think 3 of them is down, and this one that you're seeing on your screen was the only one we did in blue. And I don't know if this one is up. Yeah, I have to drive by the spot and see if it's up. I'm not sure if it's still up yet or not, but I know the other 3 are definitely down. Now, I don't know if the wind just blew it down. The way it kind of ripped looked like maybe possibly somebody possibly could have ripped it down, you know. But, you know, it's funny how we put it up and these was up for like a week or 2, and then after the whole small hat thing and the yay thing, all that shit happened, then they got ripped down. But hey, either way, they know, you know, many people seen it played its part, it ran its course, what we wanted it to do. You know, we could put up more, but many people seen it and they got the message. You know, just that message, Yahweh Shai is coming. You know, that could wake somebody up, or that could give a warning to the nations of that judgment that's coming. That's probably why they ripped them down. You know, they mad. You know, but it's the truth though. Yahweh Shai is coming. You know, this is Daniel 12 verse 1. It says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never since there was a nation." Here, let me see if I got my volume all the way up. Okay, just make sure. "And there should be a time of trouble, never such as never since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And many of them that sleep in the dust of earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, some to shame and everlasting contempt." You know, so to qualify it, if you're talking about like this time, which this is an end time prophecy, but you know, waking up to everlasting life, meaning they're going to be saved. And who's going to get the everlasting life is those that get salvation. But you're going to have some of our people that's going, well, kind of to break it down, some of our people are going to be shamed. It goes in Matthew's 5, starting at verse 15. Those that teach the commandments should be called great in the kingdom, roughly paraphrasing. Those that teach not the commandments and don't do them should be called least in the kingdom of heaven. It kind of goes into that. And then even when you speak about the other nations, you know, they're going to be in everlasting contempt, but they going to wake up to the truth too. Me and my wife, me and my red was talking about this earlier, how, you know, you're going to have Edomites, that's because somebody sent me a video, like I said, brothers is waking up, and sent me a video of Edomites admitting that we are the Israelites, right? And I was just saying that, you know, some people, some of the other nations are going to admit it. They're going to say, look, yep, those are the people. And then some of them are going to deny it. You know, it speaks about that in Revelations. Some of them are going to deny it all the way to the end. They're going to continue to deny it. You know, even when it's in front of their face, they're going to be praying to God to save them from what God is doing to them. But really, they're going to be praying to Jesus Christ. You know, they're going to be praying to the Edomite God to save them from the true God, because they're going to be in that denial, right? Now let's go here. But you know, a lot of our people, verse 3 it says, "And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as stars forever and ever." And that's us. You know, that's the difference, you know. And there is a difference, but to go on the highways and byways to teach, you know, you got to remember, and what says Zephaniah chapter 3, the Lord said he's going to get us fame in every land. So it don't seem like it right now. We at the bottom, and then you know how niggas is, crabs in the bucket. We so much at the bottom, and that we start fighting against each other. Even brothers that claim to be in the truth, you know, they really ain't got nothing better to do. What burns their soul is to go at another brother, demean another brother's character, put down another brother, talk about an incident that happened years ago in a bad way, and continue to say it almost like if the brother ain't moved past it. But they do that because we really hate each other. The curses is still on us. Even us that's in the truth. You must remember, even us that's claim to be in the truth, the curse is still on us too. So having an evil eye towards your brother is still there, even though we try our best to come out of that. But there's nothing worse than a nigga hatred against another nigga. And I'm just saying that because when you have that hatred, that's what you are. You acting like a nigga. A nigga hatred against another nigga is deeper than a nigga hatred against the other nations. So they ain't gonna let that shit go. That shit gonna burn deep. They gonna keep going at it because they mad. And what you see is power struggle. A lot of people want to put you under them, and they want to be over you. And shit like that. They don't want you. They want to put a ceiling over you. Don't let nobody put a ceiling over you. You have Yahweh Shai. Within Yahweh Shai, everything is possible. I had a situation like that. Niggas was mad at me for a certain thing because I looked at things different. Damn, it's basically like sometimes you gotta leave. But sometimes you gotta leave New Edition to become Bobby Brown. Sometimes, hey, the New Edition members, they still cool, they still together and everything. But sometimes you gotta leave New Edition to become Bobby Brown. The king of R&B. King. We all kings. And that's just how it be. Cause sometimes your group or something like that, they may hold you back, man. It may not be because anybody's wicked or whatever. It may just be because that's not your fit and that's not your lot. And brothers can't see that, and brothers will hate you for that. But not to go off into that. This is verse 4. It says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase." And that's what you see happening right now. Because when we woke up, the books was open. We was able to get these understandings. We give it all praises to Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai for that. So we're going to give all those praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Very simple. You got to know when you saying something, you got to know what it actually means, right? So, oh shit. Right. Here, let me see. This is Romans 13. I want to get straight to the point, which I think is verse 11. Right? It says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed." And that's very true, because what happened? This year been turning up. Look at the whole Russian-Ukraine thing. Look at the whole small head thing. They getting exposed left and right on the internet. That's why I'm really making this video, to show you, like, and it's kind of like a rhetorical question, like, do you believe now? But when you see it, like you see our people waking up, man. Now, a lot of us don't know this because we ain't be on all these different social medias, but I'm just giving the experience because I am on different social medias to tell you, like, now I'm seeing a lot of our people wake up. Now, that don't mean that they putting on the full shield of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, the full armor, but you see them starting to take those steps, and it's a time. Things take time. Just like with me, things took time. I had to grow. I made a thought a certain type of way, or felt a certain type of way at a certain type of time, but I still was growing, so I grew past those things, and I'm start growing. Like, shit, if you go to my channel, you will see, and I'm not ashamed to say this because ain't no shame in my game. You will see me going for the whole 100% truth. This is the top. You will see me going hard, right? But at some point in time, the Lord puts you through things so you could grow. But our people are starting to wake up, and they're starting to grow. And that's a great thing. When you think of Israel, see, you gotta think bigger than just the people. All the prophets that you done seen teach the truth. You gotta think bigger than that. You gotta remember, man, the elect is gonna be millions and millions of Israelites. That's gonna be the elect. Over 10 million Israelites is gonna be the elect. That's gonna be saved. So you can't think so small to 1,000 people faces that you done seen. That's a very small amount when you talk about over 10 million. I'm just putting a number out there. It could be way more than that of Israelites that's going to be saved. Because if you say blacks, I think they say there's 40 million. I want to say 40. I think it may be 20, but I want to say they said it's 40 million blacks. Now, if you add Latinos and natives in there, Haitians in there, all the 12 tribes in there, just here in America, that equals up to millions and millions and millions if you take 1/3 of whatever that full number is, which only the Lord knows. So you can't think small in this shit, man. No, everybody is not going to come under yo establishment, yo group, and under you. Everybody's not meant to do that. You have millions of Israelites that's going to be elected to be saved. That's not going to be everybody walk, man. Verse 12 says, the night is forespent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light, which I was just talking about, right? Same thing as the armor of the Most High, same thing, right? And you see people doing that, right? But it takes time. They grow and they start to cast off that darkness, that wickedness, you know. And I had a cousin, he sent me that video on Facebook, and I was like, yeah, okay, now you starting to wake up, you know. But he'd take his steps if the Lord wants him to, you know, to start doing this. Verse 13, let us walk honestly. 1 John chapter 2, let us walk in the way of the way the Lord did, in his ways. It says, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envy. So if you see brothers that's supposedly supposed to be in the truth, I have to start saying that now, supposedly, right? But if they constantly talking about strife, which is really envy, you know, because a lot of brothers envy that you're able to serve the Lord without them or without being under them. So you're able to put up videos just like they do, probably even at a higher rate than they do. You probably on more fire than they is, and you able to go on the highways and byways with a camera and a garment and a Bible and teach the truth just like they do. They envy that you're able to do that without them. You know, I had somebody said something about me trying to be on camera, and it didn't make no sense to me because I was like, man, damn, this is simple shit too. It's like, okay, why would I be doing weird shit trying to be on a camera for your camera, your video that you're going to put on YouTube and get 10 to 20 views on it? 10 to 20 views, which is probably similar to my page anyways, which is really comes out to like 5 to 10 viewers. So why would I be trying to do something to get on camera to do that? And I could literally put up my own camera and get 10 or 20 views. That don't make no sense to make an assumption like that. That's the dumbest shit in the world. Who cares about a camera? And that's what I was saying. If I wanted to be on camera so bad, I could go get my own camera like I did and get my own channel like I did and put up videos like I do. That's just the dumb, but people don't think, man, because they have that hate blinding them. Rather than saying, nah, I don't think he was doing it because of that, because of this, he already does that. So I got more views than you do, bro. And more, I mean, what the fuck? You know, that shit don't matter, but I'm bringing it up because that person brung that up, saying that I was trying to be on camera or on a camera or something like this. It's just the goofiest shit in the world, man. And that's taking small shit and making it big. Small matters, and that's spreading fables and lies, because it's a lie, it's a fable, it's an assumption, but you don't know that for a fact. And that's the thing, you know, if you make an assumption, you got to keep that shit to yourself. You can't go spread it because you don't know it for a fact. Don't stand on something until you know it for a fact. You see what I'm saying? Or are you just spreading fables? You know, let's keep going though. So what we're seeing today, and this is one of the best chapters that I know of that really breaks this down, which is Ezekiel 37. Right? And our people is waking up, you know, and we doing our part, you know. What how can I say this? We put up posters saying Yahushua is coming. What possessed us to go do something like that? If we're just wicked and bug outs and we're rejects, which being rejected from a camp is not the same as being rejected from the Lord. I mean, as a matter of fact, Yahushua was rejected. So Yahushua was a reject of the elders, right? The elders during his time, they rejected him. He was rejected. That's why they lied on him, which eventually got him crucified because they lied on him. because they rejected the things he was saying and they rejected the things he was about. So that don't fucking matter. At the end of the day, only thing that matters is getting accepted by the Lord, which no man could tell you if you're going to get accepted by the Lord or not. No man could say that. If they do, they're wicked. They're completely wicked, and they're putting themselves in the Lord place, and that makes sense pretty much. They're trying to have you worship them as being the Lord, because no man could tell you you're going to be saved or you're not going to be saved. No man could tell any other man that on earth, because you don't know who the elect is, and you not the Lord. And that's the great thing about the Lord, the way that he set that up, you know. So for you to say a reject, then you're saying that a person has been rejected from the Lord, because that's the only way it would matter, but with no proof or no fact of that being true, because that time ain't came yet, you know. But the only thing that possessed us to put Yahushua is coming up over the city on these posters is the Spirit of the Lord. Why else would we do it? We didn't get paid to do it. I didn't even put my YouTube. It wouldn't be no problem if I did. I ain't put my YouTube channel on a poster to get views or followers. We just put this up to do the will of the Lord, you know. But just to do something, you know, which this has been done before us. We've seen this, and that's what gave us the spirit to, also what gave us the spirit to go do it, because we seen other men do it too. But you know, that's just spreading the message. At the end of the day, all of this is spreading the message. Yahushua is coming. That's a great message to spread. That's a part of the gospel, because who's going to save us? Yahushua. What does his name mean? To deliver us. So that's a part of the gospel. We're spreading the gospel however we can, man. This is Ezekiel 37 verse 1. The hand of the Lord was upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones, right? What possesses us to go out on the highways and byways and do the breakdowns and teach? What? Are we getting paid to do it? No. Are we taking time out of our life to do it? Yes. Are we putting effort into doing it? Yes. Are we fucking just lollygagging and lukewarm while doing it? No. So what is possessing us to do that? The Spirit of the Lord. What is possessing me to do this video right now? I'm not monetizing this shit. Or, don't say that, I'm just getting curious. But I'm not monetizing this video. Right? Or matter of fact, me correcting myself like that when I slip at the tongue and say something. What's possessing me to do that? That's the fear in the Lord. So yes, I'm going to correct myself to make sure I say it right, because I have that much fear in the Lord. This ain't no fake. This is not fake. This ain't no agent deceiving under doing this. This is not fake. This is real. And if you can't see that, then you ain't a real person, because real recognize real. You know, there's brothers come on the channel and they recognize. You know, real recognize real. Motherfucking know if you're an agent or not. And who matters? I mean, who cares? You know, did Yahushua care so much? No, he already knew Judas Iscariot was an agent or whatever, traitor. He ain't really getting no. Yeah, it was spoken about, but he didn't do anything to stop it. Cause who cares? You know, you put your faith in the Lord. That's Matthew chapter 6. Fear not. Y'all are in fear. That's fear. Agent. That's fear shit, man. And it's really fear tactics. Fear not those that can kill the body. Fear him that could kill the soul, man. That's it. Fear the Lord. Y'all too much fearing fucking agents rather than fearing the Lord. You know? Because you calling a person, you bearing false witness on a person, you spreading fables and lies. If you say that about a person, but you ain't got 100% fact that is true. That's like me going around saying, hey man, this brother, he ain't got no wife. I ain't never seen him with no woman. You know what? I'm getting vibes that he may be an ABC boy. That he may be a sugar boy. I'm kind of getting vibes that he may be a sugar boy. And then I go around like, hey man, just because he ain't got no wife, man, and I ain't never seen him with no woman or talk about no woman or nothing like that, he may be a sugar boy. That would be me spreading a fable if I don't have 100% facts that he is that. So if you making a assumption, or you're alluding to a brother being an agent and you don't have 100% facts, but you saying because he did this, or you was making an assumption he wanted to be on camera, that's spreading a lie. That's spreading a fable. You'd be judged by it, man. That's why you have to fear the Lord, which a lot of brothers don't. They claim they do, and then turn around and keep the Passover. The Lord said you can't do it. Be reconciled with your brother. Oh, well, I don't see him as my brother. It don't matter if you do. You got to fear the Lord. What did the Lord say? He's an Israelite. He's doing the work. The Lord has spirit on him to do the work. That's your brother, whether you feel like it or not. Well, I don't see him as my brother, so I ain't got to be reconciled with him. I mean, I'm just speaking on things, here and there. Verse 2, it says, and caused me to pass by them round about, and behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord God, thou knowest. And again he said unto me, prophesy unto these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. And we know that this is talking about Israel. We're like dry bones dead, but we could live though. And that's what you're seeing today. So that's why I said, do you believe now? Right? Because that belief, verse 5 says, thus saith the Lord God unto these bones, behold, I will cause the breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. And what's that breath, man? That's the life. That's the faith. That's the belief. Same thing, faith and belief, interchangeable, right? That's what's going to get you to live, believing in the Lord, following the Lord. It says, I will lay sores upon you and bring up the flesh upon you. But you see how it's a process? It's not just like that. It's a process. He got the sores upon you. Did he bring up the flesh upon you? And did he cover you with the skin? He put breath in you. You got to grow. And ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord. So it's a thing that's happening right now today with our people waking up. The Lord is starting to put back together the body, pretty much is what it's breaking down. The Lord is putting it back together, and then our people are starting to wake up to everlasting life if they be elected by the Lord. So the question is, do you believe now? Well, then I'm gonna say salvation to the elect. Shalom.